This Ted Haggard was somebody who was really pushing this evangelical guy who...
Who?
Ted Haggard.
You mean the guy I've been giggling at for 3 days straight?
Yeah, you can talk about Ted Haggard now if you want. Yet another fallen guy.
This gentleman went on radio in Colorado and said, "I'm a prostitute, and Ted Haggard has been for 3 years paying me to have sex almost once a month, and oh, by the way, doing methamphetamines." So right off the bat, Haggard denies everything, and the church is going to back him up on this. They're going to say, no, this is all a lie.
His story shifted pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, this is some political movement. In fact, the church was going to do a press conference, and then the guy said, well, I've got letters and voicemails from him, and so the church canceled his press conference, and the denials kind of faded away a little bit, and Haggard stepped down because the controversy was going to prevent him from properly fulfilling his duties. But he viciously denied all of these accusations. And then, of course, the voicemail of him asking essentially for another order full of methamphetamines of $100 or $200 worth. That came out. And then all of a sudden he's, well, I did contact this man, and I realized he was a gay prostitute, but I just wanted a massage from him, and I did buy the methamphetamines, but I threw them away. I never used them, which kind of made me wonder, well, why were you calling to ask for more? But, hey, I don't want to call you a liar.
So maybe he's got money to burn. I don't know.
So the church does an investigation and announces yesterday that based on their investigation and comments made from Brother Haggard, they're convinced that he's guilty of sexually immoral conduct.
But the details have been carefully hidden from public view.
Well, evidently they read a statement from him in church this morning, because, when you run a 16,000-member megachurch, this stuff's important. Got to get the word out to the peeps. Which was basically a big old apology from Ted Haggard, basically admitting that he had, it's like the Swaggart thing. I've sinned against God, and I've sinned against you.
Bring out those crocodiles.
Maybe I did have sex with that man. I don't remember. It's
to his credit, at least he left the kids alone. At least he,
I thought it was more appalling that when he was busted, when he was caught, when he needed to start admitting things, rather than admit to having sex with another man, which would have been legal apart from the prostitution thing, which that was obviously illegal, he was willing and eager to admit that, oh yes, I did buy methamphetamines. He's willing to admit to criminal behavior rather than admit that he had sex with another man. That's just, it's shocking.
Yeah.
This mindset that they have that, well, this is so bad, I'd better admit to, I killed a family of 5, but I didn't have sex with that guy. It's just absurd, the lengths that they'll go to avoid this.
Oh, I know. It's a big thing.
The rationalization started from day one. First, the church is backing him. Then they pull back a little, and then you start seeing comments from the congregation. And on Friday or Saturday, I saw comments from his congregation that said, well, we do have some openly gay members in the church. Haggard, obviously this is evangelist that starts with H week, because we've got Hoven's guilty and now Haggard. Haggard is big anti-gay rights, or he's opposed to gay marriage. So I saw a comment from somebody in his congregation that said, well, people are calling Brother Haggard a hypocrite. But first of all, he said he never had sex with that man. But even if he had, he's opposed to gay marriage. He never asked that prostitute to marry him. And I swear that was a quote from somebody in his congregation. As the biggest rationalization I think I've heard in months. Well, he's not anti-gay. He's just anti-gay marriage. So he didn't ask that prostitute to marry him, so he didn't do anything wrong. It's the dumbest. You guys will buy anything. Anybody who comes in and knows a little bit of scripture and throws it around and says, God told me you need to give me more money so I can feed gay male prostitutes. Yep. You just give them money. You give them everything. You're buying into it. I've got an emblem on my car that, I used to laugh at. It's one of those Jesus fish, and it's got a hook in it. And it's true. You listen to Ray Comfort and Kirk Cameron in their Way of the Master series, and they talk openly in episode 7, which is about atheism, about how apologetics are the bait and the 10 Commandments are the hook. And they are out there fishing trying
for men,
to,
right.
They don't use the word con, but it is wake up.
Well, here's another little ironic quote about Ted Haggard. This is in today's paper. We all have to move forward now. This doesn't make what Ted accomplished here any less. The further up you are, the more you are a target for Satan.
So because he was such a good and virtuous follower of Christ, Satan completely ruined his life.
It's proof of how wonderful he is.
You guys, if you're not buying anything, you'll sell anything.
We would finally be one planet, sharing the world, doing what God meant us to do, kill bloodthirsty zombies with shotguns.